The show. Welcome to the show. Media Traffic Show. Dr. Deena. Deena Marie, y'all. Am I giving the full name introduction, or would you like to give us a little 30-second brief?
You know, when you have an intro like that from the Dynamic Diva PR1, no more words really need to be said. But I am Dr. Deena Marie, also known as the Millennial Whisperer. And really what my purpose and passion profession is to inspire, empower, and transform mindset and lives. Those people who we're in summer season, so I'm thinking about that good barbecue, that smoked barbecue, that smoked meat, and even that sauce. You have to sit. You have to do when you're thinking about your career, your brand, and that don't let someone hype you up because you had 2 minutes of fame, on YouTube. Think about your longevity in the business and where you're really growing to. And that's one of those key things you've got to understand when you're putting yourself out there. Absolutely. Do you really want that microwave moment, or are you looking for a legacy and to build significance?
And that's your key word. So you are all about legacy. You're legacy centric. Now, Dr. Deena, you are the CEO of Renaissance Leader Solutions.
Well, Renaissance Leader Solutions is actually a portion of my brand because
just a portion.
And it's just a portion, and so it's all part of DC Brown International Incorporated.
Okay, then.
Foundation. Okay. And so one aspect, Renaissance Leader Solution, is the training and the global leadership.
Okay. Wonderful. I heard.
For that.
Global knows global.
Global knows global, baby. Why you stay small-minded? And that's another thing. When you talk about this topic, I got goosebumps because people want to do things and they don't look about their financial, and they don't look about the big foundation of where they're really going. Are you small-minded? So are you trying to stay in your local market? Are you trying to just hit your state? Are you just going national? Or do you have an international mindset, a global reach? Is that where you're going to? And if it is, spend some time, spend some money, okay? Spend some time and some money making sure that you are ready, because every time you walk out the door, you are a walking brand. You are it 24/7, and your audio and video better match all the time, or they will call you out. As some folks that posted some Snapchatting pictures and they wasn't no chat. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? You of course you're hitting it on the mark. Part of what I do in my training, and I'll be very honest, is I come in and I slow people down. A lot of times people are impulsive, they're excited. Especially, I would want to say, a younger entrepreneur. Sometimes when you've worked in corporate arenas, and like most of the workforce, is largely becoming entrepreneurial in the demographic. And so there's budgets that dictate what you do. There's a team of people that you communicate with, collaborate with, and even coordinate with to strategize, execute planning. But you should not lose that. For those that, I'm really talking to people because most of us at some point have worked for a corporation. But if you haven't had that experience and you just, whatever reason, want to jump out and go into entrepreneurship, you still need to think like a business person. Sometimes it's harder because you want to do, I think there's a word, integrities, that I would like to use for all parts of your business. You have to be concerned about this part. As you said, Renaissance Leader Solutions is simply a portion. Media Traffic Show. Beneficence.com, prolific personage PR, virtual new media PR, is also a slice of the whole pie. The whole pie is BondGirl007Enterprises.com.
Hello.
Not pen is the enterprise. Enterprise. So, we're talking about entrepreneurs, authors, business owners, CEOs, executives, public figures. Your media and your public relations is truly about a shared value exchange.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that you agree.
Mm.
So you know the value of this.
Oh, it's beyond. Actually, you can't really put a dollar sign or price tag on the value.
Tell the truth.
You can't.
You're on the
Not
money.
when it's authentic. Not when it's authentic, because like you said, it extends beyond and really gets to what the topic of the show is today, which is about relationship. And you're not looking for a one night stand. You're not looking for someone to do it, dip a step, and walk away. You're looking for someone to build a relationship for the future, and you're looking into your legacy.
Oh, perfect quote. See, that's what would make you an ideal client, because you give words to live by. Just the way that you talk and communicate, unscripted, on the fly, which is the way I like to communicate, because you know what? When you lie, you gotta have a real good memory.
Oh, that's the truth.
So it is what it is. You know, they say, ask us anything. Because you have the information, by default, possessing the right information will qualify to teach and impart. And so, just for the next 10 minutes, I just want to go into some topics I want to address, and just you and I, let's do a little tango here in media traffic, okay? So, rules of the relationship road, but for media miscommunication racers. You in such a hurry because you talk to someone who is probably not a candidate for media and PR, may have never had it, may not understand anything about it, and they want to discourage you because they don't understand it. It's a whole lot of that. Influence is really, really real, isn't it?
It is, but you know what's really more real? Imaginary influence. When people think that they have more than what they're ready for, and that they want to microwave their careers, their brand, instead of actually let it cook and simmer.
And this is why I've invited you to become a guest on the Media Traffic Show. For those of you who have not tuned in to the Media Traffic Show, here is why you should. Because you betcha Tracey Bond Girl 007 is PR director Media Traffic to disrupt your out of control communications so that you can build quality, value shared media and public relations to an audience that is attractive, not manipulated. But I think if we give enough quality communication, we don't spam bam them across the brain with this overload of marketing that demands their attention. I mean, there's a place for that, but public relations, the difference is that marketing, although they pair very well and they're dynamically related, marketing demands a transaction, whereas public relations, right, is building an interaction that will impact the market. We're going to do that today, Dr. Deena. We're going to have a candid conversation. Because for the first time we met last week at the California Women's Conference in Long Beach, it was just like, magnetic attraction. Yes. And that's really how it should be when we're seeking to convey and impart our communications about our businesses, our brands, and our plans, is the enterprise. So, we're talking about thinking in terms of the whole. So you're right there with me. Moving from there. There's no such thing as a wham bam thank you ma'am in this industry. If you come across like that and you want somebody to throw you out there like that, no real understanding of who you are, and then let's just take the temperature and the pulse of our public.
Right.
They're bringing our literacy levels are being reported as being lower and lower and lower. When I started out with Pulitzer publishing newspapers, I would attend conferences that were telling me kind of the state of the level of the average newspaper user, consumer, and the reading level at that time was 6th grade level.
And that's an increase because it used to be 4th grade. They would tell you to write on the 4th grade level. And in my prior life as a school principal,
Come on.
for 20 years, and you had to send correspondence home. And anytime you put things out, they would say, please make sure you write to. Now, not to the kids when you're writing home, you're speaking to people, write it on the 4th grade level.
Wow. You know,
Okay.
But I want for entrepreneurs, authors, business owners, CEOs, executives, public figures who really want intimate, authentic, qualified, and accomplished training, coaching, in addition to supportive services, which is really my package. I want this particular audience to understand that your media and and so what happens is we really need to study the audience we want to reach, study and to find out what is the education level, really take time to get that information in. So for me,
R&D is called R&D, research and
development.
Got to do that. There's a science and an art. There's a beautiful science and an artistry to this business, and that's what
it really is.
You've got to do your research, and I do the same thing. And when working with clients, and I'm researching, I get a new speaking engagement. The very first thing I do. This is not someone that I've known. I get into my research. I start looking at the data. I start looking at what they're paying for.
Come on, data.
I spend hours before the gig, which is why, again, I understand this premium level, and I come with a premium price tag, is that I do the research. Say
that again, please. And I don't mean to interrupt, but slow that one down, because I'm going to scream that across this TV show. Dr. Deena Quo said, what? Premium what?
Premium? Girl, I just love you, crack me up because you so real. Is that I bring a premium value and service, which is why I come with a premium price tag, because I know my value. I'm not only giving people what they pay for, I go beyond that. I'm there to blow their mind, okay? Every single time, which means I do research.
Every time.
First, I practice and I go back to square one. And I go back and look a little bit more and I say, what's your pain points? What's your issues?
That's it.
But here's the secret sauce, right? I don't only give them what they said and they thought they needed. I give them things that they didn't even realize they needed to work.
And that's value.
And that's the value, because they go, ooh, I didn't even realize I was missing all that, and you gave it to me, and you spent that time, and I was worth you going deeper than just the superficial. Now, that right there is where you can charge premium price tag. And you don't need to go and blow that up. People will blow you up. They will tell how great you are.
And that's what I had to learn. When I first launched my PR program, I was helping anybody and everybody because I was zealous and excited knowing my value. But I realized it did not help people that did not put a value on the premium level of service that I offered. And so premium is everything. And it helped me, go back and look at what have I always attracted. I've always attracted high-end clients, 6-figure plus. Budget is an issue because when you have that kind of, I want to say, earning potential or maybe disposable income, and I really don't like that word because I've always been someone that values anything I spend to invest in me, and that would, and build my value. And so I bring a quite impressive LinkedIn profile. Some people say, oh, that's too much. I said, if you don't let people know who you are and what you come from, it has never hurt me. I attract other influencers that go, she know a whole lot of information. You bet I do. And then when you work as an advisor for the president, when he requests you to give him marketable skill information, I'm not going to haggle about being the one for the job. I just need to make sure that you understand that value. And so after a while, you become expensive. And those of us that value certain things that we know are expensive, we make the investment. And here's why. We need to make the investment because you one time give the wrong impression and you say the wrong thing because you're impulsive, perhaps you're exhausted, perhaps you have not used the strategies that we just talked about. Then you just get out here in traffic, business traffic, media traffic, social media traffic, whatever. You have no rules for the road. You're not even considering this is about relationship building with the media, but also with the audience that you do want to transact with. And businesses by themselves are not human. We are, and therefore you've got to communicate something from your humanness that is a shared value with the audience that you want to reach. And the media wants you to. Now listen, you need them most times more than they're gonna need you.
Absolutely.
They're not suffering for people that want that, but they've got an audience too. They've got a column. They've got a culture of their communications. So you can't just throw stuff at them, throw pictures at them, and you haven't taken time to craft. You don't know their angle. You don't know how they communicate. So this is what I bring to the industry as someone that was an award-winning Pulitzer newspaper journalist.
But you know what? That's what's great, and what I love about what you say is that it's the human factor. It's the realness of connected to you, and that's that energy you bring, the real you. Now, here's what's now. I'm gonna say this real slow because they gotta catch it. Is that you need to be who you are 24/7. I said your audio and video match. However, if you see there's some ugly parts about your audio and video, fix it. You don't hold on to it, you fix it.
And do that quick.
Somebody to help you to fix it, because you might not realize that is who you are.
That's true.
Growing and you want to be. And so when you look at that, and you're looking at your next grader, I love saying it, your next grader.
Your next grader.
Who you really are, do you even know? And I asked the client the other day, and I said, who are you? And I said, don't tell me about your job. No, that. I said, who are you? Until you can tell me who you are, you have no foundation or grounds to where we can build to grow. Because you don't know yourself. So every time you get out there, you can't really stand your ground. And that's what I call this. T-shirt coming soon.
Okay.
Being unapologetically awesome. Okay?
I'll have my order in.
Yes, be unapologetically awesome. What that means is that I know me. I love me, flaws and all. And the things that aren't right, I'm working on those. But I love me anyway. And if you don't, that's your problem. Your monkey. You carry it. But I spend extraordinary amounts of time on research, development, and growing and investing in myself.
Yes.
I have coaches. Okay.
Talk about the value of a coach.
Yes,
and what about being uncoachable?
Uncoachable means that you're unemployable. Or you're going to stay employed by somebody else. You will never realize your true dream. And even within a business, even if you are corporate, because we're talking to entrepreneurs, but even people who have a corporate mindset.
Come on.
Being uncoachable will keep you grounded on the bottom floor. You will never reach the C-suite.
And here's my thing. I've got 3 different plans of services. Solopreneur, a shooting star, you're shooting for the star. MVP, you got some kind of, business acumen. And you could really have an A game, or maybe have had a few A games. And so maybe you're being scouted. At that point, you need agent.
That's right. That's right.
So that your gifts and your talents aren't misappropriated because you think that you are so awesome that you don't need a coach no more. I don't know an athlete anywhere playing any game that doesn't need a coach.
Right.
And then the next level from that.
See, I love your and really break those levels down, because this is really key and important with that relationship piece, is that as you grow, you need to change your level of service and contact. You got to
Don't say 1 minute, I want to be a star. I started out shooting for the stars. Then you get to that, MVP level, and then all of a sudden there's a shifting of thought, and you say, well, here's where we go wrong. A lot of athletes go wrong. You know what I'm talking about. Nobody wants a hog. Nobody wants to play with anybody that feels like they're carrying the team.
Right.
They don't need their players. You're going to always have to have a relationship, working relationship with someone. So let's keep in mind that with our extraordinary values, and that's exactly who I attract. I want someone with extraordinary value. I don't want to create something. I do not do smoke and mirrors. I will not tell an audience. I have too much integrity. Journalists think in terms of facts. If you want to give us anything other than that, and I also want to add this tip for those of you who are viewing. If you think we can't pick up on your inauthenticity, we have a lot of triggers that let us know things about the people that we're interviewing, covering, because it's just part of the culture of what we do. We're imparting truth. We're not, as you said, creating something that's imaginary. Not when you are transmitting news, because your mass public would like to believe that the information that you are giving them when they buy that paper, when they read that headline, is going to be based on you doing what you need to make sure the sources and the people are credible.
Right.
And so in an era now, in 2017, of fake news and alternative facts, you are going to have to work even harder as a brand or business person seeking exposure. And I'll tell you right now, most journalists are not interested in promoting your business.
No.
So if you have a human interest story and it's about your audience more than you may get an ear. But you've got to have a story. What is your story? What is your angle? How can we go back and make sure that we don't find anything that's too scandalous? Now, hey, you know what? You had some mix-up. I understand. I get it. But like you said, moving forward with a legacy mindset. And so what I want to do is I really want to, this is not going to be the last time we conversate. Thank you so much for your expensive time today, Dr. Deena. But, I want to close out by saying this. There's a reason why when we
Okay.
But I want for entrepreneurs, authors, business owners, CEOs, executives, public figures who really want intimate, authentic, qualified, and accomplished training, coaching, in addition to supportive services, which is really my package. I want this particular audience to understand that your media and your public relations is truly about a shared value exchange.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that you agree.
I agree.
Welcome to the show.
Ooh. Whoa.
We need to be careful. We need to be careful.
Really deep. That's deep.
I got the mind of Christ. I got the mind of Christ. And I'm not ashamed to say it. That mind of Christ is like an X-ray machine. I can't just take what people say and run with it. Stop and think. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. What requires me to stay in my own lane? I need to stay in my own lane when there's a rush of traffic so that I don't cause a collision.
Right.
But if someone is driving under the speed limit and too slow, they could cause an accident. So there are little breaks in the lanes that allow you to pass, move around, maybe get back over. What if there's an authority person that's actually tagging people for abusing the rules of the road, and they pull them over. Maybe there's an ambulance, and my God, the news headlines this morning said somebody stole an ambulance from the hospital. What in? I just need to know what you're gonna do with it.
Girl, don't give me a
when you get in it. And that's another thing. You talking about media traffic, right? Yes. Why would you steal a vehicle? I hope you know how to operate it, because those things are kind of complicated. But you stole an ambulance. Lord have mercy. So, a road rage, stealing vehicle, another auto crime. Last night they had the LA helicopters following somebody truck chase. When they finally nailed him and they bumped him, because see, he wasn't stopping. You're talking about rules of the road.
Right.
Running through stoplights, endangering people. And usually all these things happen, the reason these things happen is usually because there is a mindset that was wrong to begin with. There's no reason you should be speeding through a populated area with people there, weaving through traffic, driving through stoplights. It's obvious the authorities are now on to you, tracking you. You got the helicopter. I mean, where you gonna go with the helicopter? So they bumped him. He spun out in this truck, which was a real easy feat, and thank God no one was hurt. He slammed up in a pole, light pole stop. See, something when you run away and you run away with your mindset, and I'm not trying to quench anyone's spirit here. I want you just to be informed when it comes down to dealing with the media and the public relationships. Something will stop you, and that light pole stopped him. Guess what he was running for? Stole some tires from the big O. Really?
Now he done upgraded his crime.
You done did all of that for some rubber. So here's what I want to say. Rules of the relationship road will give you certain signs. Danger signs, access signs, detour signs, speed regulation signs. All these different signs give you info, so optimally you have safe travel, and hopefully you can enjoy the journey of getting from whatever point you left from to where you need to go. Miscommunication is a failure or a mistake or the inadequate action to get a clear communication message across. And I think if we're racing, I think if we're being reckless, I think if we don't adhere to a strategic plan, mindful of the other relationships, other cars, drivers, whoever we are all trying to get somewhere, but we need to be mindful, so mindful of others. And the number one cause of crashes and collisions, what do you think that is, Dr. Deena?
That you read the signals wrong, and you was moving too fast, and you got over in the lane where you could have made it should go a little bit longer than the one you were at, and you didn't put your signal on early enough, or you put it on too late, and so you had a cosmic collision.
You would think, but that ain't it.
What?
That ain't it. One of the top reasons there are crashes, traffic crashes, come from being distracted.
That, you know what? When you said, I was thinking about the lane portion. You were absolutely right. And once you said that, I said, she's gonna talk about being distracted, not paying attention.
Oh, and so there we go. distracted driving. Don't set out and say, yes, I want to commit to a plan. We got thousands of coaches, so let's talk about those who do believe in the value of coaching. You get yourself a coach. You don't listen to nothing they say. You don't pay attention to anything they say. Then you get out here and you impulsively get in traffic, or you say, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to do this the way I want to do. What did you need the coach for? What did you need the driver's license for? Because eventually an authority is going to stop you, or you could end up endangering other people. And I can tell you from the media and public relations standpoint, you are bound to have a crisis communication. And you're not going to know how to handle that. The only ambulance when you end up with some kind of crisis for your business and your brand is to have a PR management resource. And so I want our viewers to know how important that is. And we are not going backwards. Media, earned media, reviews, testimonials, which I'm sure you got a book of. These are the things that people are going to believe, because if you think they're going to believe you because you're gorgeous, if you think they're going to believe you because your visuals and your social media graphics are on point, let me let you know that they over it. They over it. They're overwhelmed with the marketing, and they're just going to scroll right by you. But you need to present something that stands out, extended from you.
You can't buy integrity. That's what the key is. That's what I hear you saying. You can't buy it. You can't rush it. You got to build it.
And they're not going to, you're going to pay. You're going to earn your media. So I have a talk and a PDF that I give out. It's a free download. For those of you who are viewing and you're watching the Media Traffic Show, please go to wbtvn.tv/media-traffic. You're going to see a free PDF download. I'm going to give you 3 ways to kill your no PR budget having excuses before they kill your business plan. You're going to have to earn your media this trip, because the overall public is not buying it. They need to hear it from as many or more credible sources. And so most times, knowing that you don't pay for media opportunity. Did you pay for this opportunity today?
Absolutely not.
You were an invited guest to the show.
Well, actually, you know what? There's that non-monetary gain, because, like you said, time is valuable, and this was valuable, and this was important. This was key to be here, and so I did, because you took the time. You get that platform to bring me on to be able to share, because again, it's about adding value. So our most expensive resource we have is time.
You know that's right.
I thank you.
Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. People don't understand. Somebody has to pay for production. Somebody has to pay for the hosting. There's resources that go into it. Now, clients on my plan, Dr. Deena, they have opportunities to be featured on my radio and TV show platform, because I need to allow them to have space to train and learn how to communicate effectively, so they do win their audience and they do gain their trust. But apart from that, there are sponsorships to get on here. There are advertising, there is a transaction involved. So when it comes to earning your media, this is earning your media. And then we want to take that viewer, once we're done sharing, like you said, authentically who we are, we want to now take that viewer back to where they can get more.
Oh, yeah.
So where can you take our viewers today, Dr. D, to get more?
Ooh, they could go to www.dbcoachingandconsulting.com, and they can tap in, link in. They can participate in a virtual mastermind, face-to-face. I have an upcoming leadership mastermind starting June 1st.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, it is.
When is it?
It starts June 1st, and this is going to be on a virtual. It's a blended platform. So We will have some virtual space, some video webinar space. But you know what we divas, we know we love to get together. And so there will be 4 opportunities for us to get together, and some luxurious staycations and amazing places to just help refuel and rebuild ourselves, because we are so giving and we're always out there.
Yes.
Others, that we don't take some of that time. So part of this mastermind experience is to learning how to pour back into ourselves, because if we don't invest in ourselves, we are nothing. We have nothing to give to anybody else. So that's really important as we build our minds, we restore our bodies, we increase our faith, and we build our relationships. That is going to be awesome. So they can go to www.dbcoachingandconsulting.com, click on the content portion, and they can get all the goodies about the upcoming Leadership Mastermind. And I need some instantaneous gratification. I got you, boo.
And you know, that's our world. Okay? That's the world we live in. I want it all right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I want to participate in this conference, and then I'm planning a VIP day.
What?
I'm gonna lay it on, but I would love for you to join me and participate as well, because when you indicate that you know what you know and that you understand, I think there's an alignment, and I think that partner in order to bring our individual knowledge together in a collective. So I may have maybe a couple of others that I want to bring to this VIP day too, but I don't play. With 30 years plus, I don't know about you, from these multiple, and I've been an entrepreneur in a lot of different industries, cross platforms, all my adult life. I mean, all 18, I had a license by the government, and I opened up an education business. So that's all I really know. And so I like to bring that, especially from the e-commerce space. And then when I add this part on to it, I really want people to be prepared to win. I don't want you to start out without equipment, without training and coaching, and get out there distracted and not pay attention to an audience. Your business, you will not get the conversions, you will not get the traffic, because like you said, you don't know who you are, where you need to go, and they don't know either. And when you have that kind of confusion, there's error. And so we have a content marketing traffic jam. And viewers, I'm going to close out, reminding you of the title of this show. There is a content traffic jam. Everyone and anyone is an entrepreneur now, and they know that 1 out of 2 people are mobile and internet users. They are going to Google, they're going to search engines to find out the resources that they need to transact for their lifestyles. When they go in the area that you are operating in, branded in, marketing in, are you going to be buzz and visible? Are they only going to find you talking about you? Are you going to give them the value they're looking for, as Dr. Deena shared, and I absolutely agree? Do you know their pain points? Do you really care? What charities and what causes beyond you and just making money for your business are you involved in? So if they can't see the human characteristics of you, if they don't feel you are real, that's right. I'm so glad you see me, I'm so real, then what value do they think they're going to get? They need to know that you share their vibe. That's why we're talking today. I need to know that you authentically share my vibe. I need to know we're in a tribe together. You have a need, I can meet. This person has something I need, that's value to me. Let's make the exchange. And then everyone is happy. All these people doing business should not be, although we're all rushing to the same audience, trust me, with all these people living in the world and all the different regions we're scattered and have our habitats, there is someone in those regions that can help. But if what you need is global and you're positioned on the internet, you can reach so many more people. And the boundaries are removed. But take time to know how to reach that audience. Thank you so much for joining me. And you all need more, and you all want to learn about when this VIP day is coming. I believe the second week in June. Like June 12th. I have officially put out the release, but I will. And I'm strategically doing that late because some offers, you got to be ready. Stay ready to take advantage of and be ready to move. And so I'm looking for that kind of person in the audience. That person that says, oh yes, I am ready to move, and this ain't gonna take up all my time, and I ain't gotta do 12 weeks on this, but I can just get in there and get some power, impactment, equipment. You're gonna get all of that, and it's gonna have an exceeding value. So you gotta catch it when it comes. So please go to beneficence.com and sign up and become a subscriber. Get on the list so that you have that information before and about the time that it breaks. And please become a regular follower of the Media Traffic Show. We are on Facebook at Media Traffic Show. We are also on Twitter at Media Traffic Show, lose the W, Show, S-H-O. And of course, email us if you would like to become an upcoming guest, advertiser, or super sponsor. Email me at mediatrafficshow@gmail.com. Love you, bless you. God willing, I'm going to hop off that plane and see you at some part of Sunday.
Yes.
So that we can celebrate this show launching this upcoming Monday, Media Mondays at 3 p.m. Central. Have a wonderful day. Please come back and join me.
Oh, absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing your value.